Started. Welcome. My name's Natasha Nurse. I'm the owner and co-founder of Dressing Roommate, a coaching and consulting platform for women entrepreneurs and creatives. I talk anything about fashion as a tool of empowerment, mindset techniques for personal and professional success. I talk about overcoming obstacles and how to get started with your own business, your own venture, and so much more. So you can learn more about me and my platform on dressingroom8.com. I'll share that in the comments at the end. And today, what brings us together is I'm a proud ambassador of StyleForIt, a new platform for plus size women who are looking to buy and sell clothing. So it's consignment, like super easy. You don't even have to leave your house. And I'm excited to have my store up there. And you definitely can check that out, and you can let me know if you're interested, and I could give you the details for all that. But if you're a plus size, if you are looking to get rid of things in your closet that are taking up space, that are giving you like panic attacks every time you have to like go into your closet, there's a better way to live, ladies. There definitely is. We don't have to deal with that. And so that's what tonight's program's all about, the power of decluttering. So I have some research because I feel, if you know anything about me and my platform, I'm all about speaking on subjects with a little bit of context and a little bit of education, because every day my life motto is to learn something new and to meet someone new. And I've so far been able to achieve that through social media, through my own networking and things like that. So I'm going to bring you along on that ride today. And so we're going to learn some new things. So I came across this Bustle article. It's titled 6 Benefits of Decluttering Your Life According to Science. And this is written by Carolyn Steber. And so what are the 6 reasons listed in this Bustle article? Let's talk about it. 1, if you want to declutter, what is the benefit? You'll suddenly be able to concentrate for days. I completely agree. By me cleaning up my closet and getting stuff out of my room, I absolutely am able to focus in the corner that I'm working in, and not have to worry about, oh, is this pile gonna fall over, or how am I gonna get over this pile to get the clothes that I need to get so I can go on that job thing, or I can go, like, you absolutely have clarity of mind, which is a necessity. No one lives their life saying, oh, I have too much clarity. I have too much clear space to think and actually process things. No one is saying this, so this is a good thing. Another benefit, you'll feel more creative. That's interesting, and I think I definitely could say I feel that as well. When I have like a good working space and I don't have to worry about this pile here and this mess here, I feel like I can hone in and get in my flow, right? And I can just think about this idea and how does this lead to this, and so it allows you, it gives you the freedom to focus on what you need to focus on instead of getting distracted by the clutter, whether it's in your closet, whether it's in your living room. Clutter is a bad thing no matter what section of your house it's in. Next, you'll probably sleep a whole lot better. This is interesting for me personally. When I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. Like, I was raised in a way where time to go to bed, it means it's time to go to bed. So when I get to snooze, I'm snoozing. Do I think my cluttering takes away or detracts from my sleeping? I would say not necessarily cluttering, but stress. Right? And so if I'm getting stressed by clutter, then yes, see the connection that's being made there. But is a pile of clothes in and of itself going to make me not go to sleep? No, not really, but 5 piles might stress me out, which then makes me not go to sleep, right? It makes me say, oh, it's 2 a.m. I still have work to do, but oh, I got to clean up my closet, right? So stuff like that. It will boost your mood. I definitely agree with this. I think that the more organization and clarity in my life that I have, I definitely feel like I'm playful, I'm happy, let's go for a walk, let's, me and the hubby go out, have fun. I don't have to worry about what's going on the inside of my house, right? That I've put everything in order. And again, you have clarity to focus on what's most important, which is living your life, not having to organize to live your life. That's crazy. Next, you'll let go of the past. This is a good one. We carry too many things that are not relevant to us, whether it's relevant to your style, whether it's relevant to what you need in your closet. You're able to release the past when you release things that are no longer a part of your current wardrobe, that they don't need to be, right? And so that's an important message there. And then you'll focus more clearly on your goals. I've been saying that the entire time. Thanks for the like. I love the likes. I love the hearts. Also, this is a conversation. So if you want to talk about the power of decluttering in your life, feel free to put questions and stuff like that. I'm happy to blend that into the conversation. Next on deck, I was thinking, okay, well, what's the cost of not decluttering your closet, right? So, you're like, okay, Tasha, you're going to come up on here and you're going to talk, but what if I don't want to declutter? I'm not sure if anyone has that question, but if you do, right? Here's an answer provided by Huffington Post. The title of the article, just in case you want to go into Huffington Post and check it out for yourself, is 12 Surprising Ways Clutter is Ruining Your Life. It's a hell of a title. Good job, Huffington. So I'm going to go through them and we're going to talk them out. And again, if you agree, if you disagree, please put it in the comments so I can talk out and we can have a conversation. Number one with a bullet, increases your stress. Absolutely. Who can be calm when your house is filled with madness, right? When every corner is filled with something that you probably don't need, or it could be rearranged in a better way, right? It's very stressful. Wrecks your diet. That's an interesting one, because I think that sometimes we do get lost with the physicality of the life that we're living, that sometimes we forget to eat. Sometimes I would say that for me as well, I sometimes have days where I'm only eating once or I'm not eating enough. And it's really because I haven't fully, maybe I need to get rid of this. There's a couple of things in my office that I still need to rearrange, and it's getting in the way. It really is. So I absolutely can personally agree with that statement. Triggers respiratory issues. What do they mean by that? The more stuff you have in your house, what is it going to do when it doesn't get used? It collects dust. And what does dust do? It gets into us and we start the sneezing and we're like, oh, it's my allergies. Or your house is filled with a bunch of crap, right? How about that, right? How about them apples? So don't forget that there's actual health consequence for not decluttering your house. Next, it threatens your safety. What does this mean? Having heaps and piles of things, maybe they're next to wires, maybe those wires get covered by something, and then all of a sudden you are now having fire hazard situations. And if you know me, it's like a big no-no for me. I hate fire. I'm like, oh my God, is something burning? I'm extremely sensitive to the notion of that. I think I saw too many programs when I was younger of people being burned, and PTSD from it. So if you don't want to leave your house thinking, do I have fire hazards all throughout my house? It's time to declutter. Next, it jeopardizes your love life. I thought that was a very interesting one, because think about that. Right, my husband knows I struggle with cleanliness and making sure everything is organized. So that's an ongoing battle that he's known since I was 18 years old. So nothing new there. But say you're dating a new person, right? And then you bring him or her up to your apartment, right? It's ooh la la time. And then they look around and they're like, well, we can't even have fun because I don't even see a clear surface. Right? I mean, that's just a dramatic example, but the point is, this isn't I know sometimes people think about their house and clutterness as something that they can just hide and keep to themselves, but realistically, if you're going to invite people to your house, you got to think about, what are you doing with all those piles, right? What are we doing with this? So think about that, right? Jeopardizes your love life. Thank you, Khalil, for laughing. It's very true. Next, it upsets your kids. Why? Again, similar concept. Unless your kids decide to be the kid who never has the sleepover. I was that kid who never had people over my house. So again, I didn't have to deal with that. But if you actually want people to come to your house and your house is filled with piles of stuff, again, what's that impression being made of you? Do you want that impression to be made of you? Think about that. It isolates you. Again, if you are so worried about how your house or how your closet is dealt with, and then that means that you're not inviting people over, then that is isolating you. Do you want that to happen? Do you want to have more people, or the people you care about, involved in your life, or do you need to hide from them because your closet or your house is out of control? Let's get things in order, right? Next, it prevents you from getting promoted. I thought this was really interesting because what it sourced was, one of the sources it used in the Huffington Post article said 28% of surveyed employers are less likely to promote someone with a messy desk. I was like, Huh. That's kind of interesting that like everyone, again, we are all being watched whether you know it or not. And especially when you work for someone else and they walk by your desk and your desk is a heap of, I say heap because I'm Jamaican, and it's like a heap of like madness, right? And your employer, what is your employer going to think about that? He or she is going to say, well, how can this person even know what to work on a daily basis if their desk is overrun with paper and highlighters and just like a mess, right? Also, it makes them say, well, is this person doing a very good, diligent job? Because if they can't even keep the physicality of their desk on order, who's to say their work product is going to be exactly on par? It presents questions, right? It absolutely does. Next, makes you miss work. I thought this was another interesting stat. So they said that there's a study that shows that people who hoard or struggle with hoarding miss 7 days of work in a month. It's a lot of time, right? And I just thought about realistically, well, why would you be missing work? Probably because you can't get to your closet because you don't know what to wear, and it's a whole thing, right? And that's just like one part of your house that could be cluttered. It could be all other stuff. So there's real impact. It's affecting your career. It's affecting your love life. It's affecting relationships you have. Like, this isn't just something that you're just dealing with in randomly when you have some time. No, like, this is a daily impact that you're experiencing. So think about it. Also decreases your productivity. I think that says it self-explanatory. Next, it encourages bad spending habits, and I definitely have been symptomatic to this. Why? Because if I didn't know I had that legging, or I didn't know I had this dress, then what am I going to go do? Oh, blogger, influencer, I have to get this thing for an event. Boom, boom. It's in your closet. You just don't know because you don't know what's in there. Like, you got to clean stuff out. There have been times where I'm like, oh no, Khalil, I don't have it. My husband, right? No. And then I look in there and there's something hanging in there with tags. Like, get it together. Get it together. Really. Like, exactly. Khalil knows. It's disastrous. So it's crazy. And then lastly, keeps you in debt. Because you can be dealing or experiencing bad spending habits, then what is it going to do? It's not going to be a part of a healthy financial plan for yourself. And so these are 12 reasons from a Huffington Post article. I'm sure you can come up with another 12 reasons, but out of these, I think that this list would stress me out to say, oh man, I better get my life. I better get it together. Because I'm out here hurting my health, I'm hurting my love life, I'm hurting my wallet. Wait a minute, right? Wait a minute. So if you need more reasons, comment. Tell me in the comment sections why you need more than any of those 12 reasons, because those are super impactful. Now, my next question was, okay, so we talked about, what are the benefits of decluttering? What is the consequence of not decluttering? Now, what are people actually holding on to? So I came across this website, Closet Made, right? And it talked about an organization survey results that showed essentially what are most people holding on to. And it provides 10 items. Let's go through it. 1, old clothing. Duh. 2, seasonal items. Right? The Halloween costumes, the Christmas stuff, the Easter stuff, absolutely. Old footwear, I'm symptomatically, yes for me. Books, I was like, wait a minute, because books are sacred. I have a book club, the Dressing Roommate Book Club. I love reading. Don't come for the books. But yes, I understand. Like, I am symptomatically holding on to probably between 50 and 100 books that I haven't read, but I don't want to get rid of them. But I have to work on that because, again, if I'm not going to read it, why am I holding on to it? I don't have children. I don't have imaginary people to give these to. So get it together. Next, boxes. That's Khalil, my husband, all the way. I think we have too many boxes. Clothing never worn. Yeah, absolutely. Old chargers and cables. Yeah, absolutely. Old magazines and newspapers. I've really been working at trying to be better at that, but absolutely. Why do you have newspapers from like 2008? Like, unless you're framing it or saving it in some manner or form, why are you holding on to it? Next, old movies. Well, again, wait a minute. I'm a movie collector, so come for someone else. got for someone else. But you know, it's okay. I understand. It's a part of the hoarding. And then outdated electronics. Absolutely. I think I have calculators that I haven't used since I was in junior high school. Why am I holding on to this? I've asked Khalil. You can ask him. I don't know why they're here. So again, I'm not perfect. So that's why I'm super excited to be going through this subject with you guys, because it's something that it's affecting me in my own personal life. And I would say by being in the business I am, by writing on and doing a lot of media content, by working with a lot of brands, all I've done is increased the flow of things that come into my closet and come into my house. So I have to be even more mindful now about, well, how am I managing this? How am I getting through all of this stuff, right? Because if I have various brands who are saying, hey, I want to work with you. Hey, I want to send you this, da 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 da. But then I'm like, oh, snap, I don't have anywhere to put it. No. Organize your closet, right? Gotta get it together. So sorry, just simply sweating. So another couple of stats that was shared on the Closet Made website is 57% of people keep things for sentimental reasons. I think that seems about fair. And then about a third of people procrastinate in throwing out items they no longer need. Yeah, I think procrastination is something that's super easy to fall into because it doesn't require effort to procrastinate, right? You just like literally don't do anything. And then your actions and your goals don't get achieved and you are not spending energy, time, things, right? So I think that's why it's easy to not really move forward with it. But by you, in essence, watching this, you're taking the first step. You're taking the first step in declaring a war. I'm gonna get very affirmative with that. You're declaring war on the idea that you can't make a difference in your closet, that you can't make a change, because you absolutely can. So next, how do we declutter once and for all, right? So on thespruce.com, and if you want these articles, just put in the comment section so that I can go back and put that in for you guys. Just let me know. It says, and this article is written by Elizabeth Larkin, and the title is How to Declutter the Closet Once and for All, thespruce.com. Ask yourself 7 key closet decluttering questions. Okay, I hope you're like taking notes at this point. Number 1, do I love it? Super simple. You either love something or you don't love it in your closet. People make life more complicated than it is. Love it, don't love it. Real simple. Next, do I wear it? Again, really simple. If you have 70% of your closet you don't wear, then I know what you should be doing, and we're going to get to that. Number 3, does it project the image I want to project? That's interesting because that puts into the thought, essentially, or the question of, am I dressing for the job that I want or dressing for the job that I have? Am I dressing for the life I want or am I dressing for the life that I have, right? Are you creating a presentation about yourself that is in line with what you want the world to think of you, right? If you walk around in sweatpants and a hoodie all the time, but you really want people to think of you as, you know, always in a suit, then your actions are not in line with your intentions. So what are we going to do about that? Does it itch or scratch? Now, that's just like an awesome question because it's like, where are you going with that? But more specifically, literally, do you have things in your closet that itch or scratch? For me, I think last year I was like enough of this, like, cause I'm not necessarily allergic to wool, but it makes me feel like, this is scratchy. I don't like it. So get rid of it, right? If this itches you or scratches you, then you probably are not enjoying that experience. Get rid of it. Next, does it pinch my toes? Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, right? Anyone who's wearing heels. Are the heels too high to walk in? Woo! Well, that's a hard question because for models or for people in their life who maybe need high heels, yeah, maybe by choice you wouldn't wear 6-inch heels, but might be a part of your profession. So that question's a little bit subject because it's difficult. It's difficult to deal with if you can't get out of that, right? Like you need the heels. So, okay. But next Is it moldy? Is it smelly? Is it strained? Again, interesting question. If you have clothing that is smelly, if you have clothing that is moldy, if you have clothing that is strained or just kind of, you know, like worn down, and you're just like, have you been through World War II? Like, what happened to you? Those are excellent items to discard. Now, maybe those aren't items you can sell, but they definitely are for sure items you can take out of your closet. And then lastly, and this is a really important one, does it fit? I mean, it's so simple, like that's literally 3 words, but I feel like you're speaking life to me with that question, because there are so many times, ladies and gentlemen, right, that you might look in your closet and those jeans that you haven't worn in 6 months because maybe you gained 5 pounds or maybe you lost 5 pounds, and it's not working, not hitting the tush how you like it, but yet you can't get rid of it. You have this emotional tie to it. You're just like, no, I'm going to wear this because I had a really good day in them. I think what's interesting is that when thinking about decluttering, we have to also remember there is psychology to this, right? There's emotions and feelings that sometimes we're imparting onto the clothing that we have and the items, the accessories that we have. But we also have to always be able to take a step back and say, okay, do I need this? Do I love it? Does it fit? Is it worn out? Is it a part of the image that I'm looking to project for myself? Is it scratchy? Is it too tight? Is it just downright moldy and you know, not so good anymore? Does it fit, right? We got to ask ourselves these questions, because if the answer to them are showing you, you don't need to have this in your closet, then boom, boom, let it go. Let it go. This is not Jack and Titanic, right? Like, let it go, and you know, let it flow, as they say. Now, you might say, okay, fine. I have 20 items I can get rid of. What do I do now? So if you're plus size and you are happy to declutter your closet, but you're like, I don't want to just donate this. These are new stuff, or these are things that I can actually make money from. You know what your solution is? Go to StyleForIt.com, and I will put that in the comments section so that at the end of this, so that you have that. Go to StyleForIt.com. This is where you can do lots of things. You can shop and get new items for yourself. You're looking to up your style, items that are available. You can also sell the hanging money in your closet that is doing nothing for you other than taking up space in your mind and in your actual closet. And you can give those off to other people who could benefit from it. StyleForIt.com. And if you happen to be an influencer, if you happen to have a good social media following, maybe you have 5,000 or more followers, there's a benefit that you can now use to share your new store on StyleForIt.com. So go to StyleForIt.com, learn about the platform, learn about all the different ways that it can help you. If you're plus size, you're looking to sell clothes, you're looking to declutter, you're looking to make money, this is the platform for you. I'm super excited to be on there. I'm super excited to be here working with the brand to work with you on how you can get the money hanging in your closet and into the world, right? I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too. Now to talk a little bit now personal confession time, right? I know I'm very dramatic, but I think maybe I should have done theater, but I think I never saw myself as dramatic. I was like, what are you talking about? Dramatic. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm clearly dramatic. And I should have done theater. Really. But that's okay. I can do theater on the Facebook Live, and maybe a director will discover me. Or maybe I'll submit to castings. Stay tuned. We shall see. But what has been my personal struggles with clutter? I mean, I talked a little bit about it throughout this, but I will summarize kind of my struggles. These are some statements I wrote down that really apply to some of the things I have that I'm working through right now. Something that's too tight. You know, I meant to lose weight, but I think if I lose the weight, I can make it work. What do I do? Do I keep it or do I let it go? Gotta let it go, right? It's new, but I don't like it anymore, but I spent money on it, but now what? let it go. It's too big because it's stretched out a little bit, but I still love it. Let it go. I got this as a gift, but it never really worked. What do I do? Let it go. Next, maybe I might need it later. Maybe I could work it in later, this like yellow, bright, maddening top, but just not right now. It will never work. Let it go. Lastly, oh, but the memories. I had this when I was in college. Oh my God. Can I really get rid of it? Yes. Let it go. So these are the conversations I'm having to have with myself so that I can look and continually add to my store on StyleForIt.com. But those are my personal struggles. The like not fitting for sure, the memory sentimentality piece of it, and then also the like it doesn't work, but I'm trying to make it work because I should make it work. You should live your life, and you should live your life without clutter. That's what you should do. And that's what I'm doing with StyleForIt.com. So I hope that that's super crystal clear to you as to why you need this platform and why this platform can help you in ways that you didn't even think could. So now to talk as a summary, kind of why did we have this conversation, right? Why are we talking about decluttering your closet? What is the true power in your life? First, closets should not overwhelm or stress you or confuse you out. Closets are a space in your home that should be comfortable. It should be easy to sift through. It should be representative of what you love for that time period. I would say every 6 months is a perfect time to spruce things out, clean things up, and you don't have to wait 6 months. Obviously, on a monthly basis, you can pull, and because you're buying things, you're putting things out, you can pull things out. But every 6 months, if you were to take a snapshot of your closet, is it filled with things that you love? Is your closet filled with a mishmash of things that you don't love? Then you need to work on it, right? Thanks for the love, Khalil. I love it. Thank you. Next, closets should not take up more time than they need to. Do you know what the most valuable thing in your life is? Some people might say money, some people might say family. I'm going to break your bubble right here. It's going to be time. You know why? Because it's the one thing in life that you can't get more of. You can make more family friends, right? Your family's whatever you make it, so you can make more friends. You can make more money. I think I want to add an extra 5 hours to the day. Try again. Try again. You cannot get more time. It is the most valuable asset you have in your life. If you remember nothing else from this conversation, remember that. And remember that when you go in your closet and you have to like take an extra half hour just to figure out what your outfit is, you are wasting valuable time. The most valuable thing you have in your life. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense to me. Tell me how that makes sense for you. I'd love to know, because it doesn't make sense for me. And I've been in that situation where I've only given myself 40 minutes to get out of the house. I got to get showered. I got to figure out what I'm wearing. Got to put the makeup on. Try not to sweat it off. This New York hot summer, and I'm out here with 40 minutes and I'm spending 20 minutes in my closet. That doesn't make any sense, right? Closets should not be overwhelming you. It should not be sucking up your time. That's a problem. Not worth it. I would rather you have 7 things in your closet and be able to get ready very quickly than have 100 things and not have a clue what to wear. Doesn't make any sense. The way to love your closet, right? Some people say, oh, I just don't love it. Guess what? Go through every item. If you don't have a closet filled with things that you love, then of course you're not going to love your closet. Every item should be a yes. If it's not a yes, then sell it or donate it, right? But if it's good and you can make money, I advocate selling it so that you can get money back. Because guess what? You've already spent the money. It's gone. That transaction happened. Get the money back by selling it. Decluttering doesn't equal a loss. So that was also something that I personally had to deal with, because I feel like sometimes when you do have things, right, if you're like me in any way and you start to build attachments to the physicality of things. Read a book. It's called Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, MD. Phenomenal. This book will help you with loss and transition in your life. But next, why are we having these attachments, right? Is it really that you really need this red sweater that you had from 2008? Or is it because, you know, this was when you wore this all the time with this person, that person's no longer in your life, and so it's really sparking up other things, right? Really try to identify what's happening with these attachments we're building out. But remember that, again, you can't, like, it's unhealthy to have these like serious attachments to these items, right? Our life, the most important part of the life is us and what we're thinking and how we're feeling and all of that good stuff. It's not, you know, the book in the corner or the ring that you had since you were 4. Like, that stuff is not, it's important and it's lovely and it's sentimental, but if you don't need it in your closet or you don't need it in your house, you gotta really take a stand and just like, it's not fitting, it's just not working, I gotta let it go, right? And so that is that. But it's not a loss if you sell, if you're converting it into a beautiful treasure for someone else. So that's where I was going with that like, don't look at decluttering as like this loss in your life, but look at it as a transition, right? It's going from this home to someone else's pretty home, and someone else is going to appreciate it, and potentially that person will take it somewhere else, right? But it's going on a journey. Think of it like that. So I think that that's really exciting. Next, yes, it takes time to declutter. You might say, okay, if time is the most important, valuable asset I have, then, see the drama? Yeah. Then when am I supposed to have time to declutter? Natasha, tell me that, right? Okay, well, guess what? You're spending more time and probably more money and energy by not decluttering. So yes, you're gonna have to probably break out a weekend or 2 or 3 to declutter, but think about the extra time, the extra money, the extra energy you're saving by actually minimalizing the garbage that's in your closet, right? Thanks for all the hearts and love. I appreciate it. And thank you for everyone watching this on the live. Thank you for everyone who's going to be watching this on the replay. Me being Natasha Nurse, dressing roommate, and StyleForIt, the team, greatly appreciate it. You know, you're gonna spend more by not doing this. So bite the bullet. You can rationalize anything. I'm telling you, take the time. If you're like, oh, I don't know, guess what? August is a great month to do it because September is kind of the beginning of the next season. Why not get everything squared away in this month? Why not, you know, actualize it? We're only halfway through the month. You could say, you can take this weekend, you can take the next weekend and the following weekend, and you are good to go, all right? So I challenge you to declutter this month. I challenge you to create your shop on StyleForIt.com and get the ball rolling. Sell the beautiful things in your closet, that beautiful red dress you haven't worn for 3 years. Get it out, get it to someone who will wear it, right? You're doing it an injustice, really. It should be out and breathing and alive in the world. Don't keep it hidden and never use and then, you know, stressing you out. Better ways to live, ladies and gentlemen. And then lastly, once you do this, I think what I've realized is once I started the purging process, I'd never let it get to a point of where it's like, oh my gosh, I had to spend 8 hours doing this. I'm on top of it, right? The minute that I start to see piles of things, I'm like, wait a minute. Something must be done, right? You're always going to be mindful and conscientious about what's going on. So that's just like another thing to just keep in mind, that like once you start this journey of like minimalism and just like really kind of clearing and just having this clarity, you greatly appreciate it and you won't go back. It's not a habit that you're going to drop. It's going to be an ongoing lifestyle change. So in closing, to summarize everything, A, thank you for tuning in. Why? Because your time is the most important asset that you have in your life, and you've been gracious enough to give it to me, Natasha Nurse, the Dressing Room 8, and to StyleForIt, and I greatly appreciate it. That is just an honor and a privilege. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching and being open to having the conversation of decluttering, because sometimes people aren't even open to talking about things that are really important and really necessary. And by you watching this, I know that you're open to it. So like you're already halfway there of what you need to do. Next, if you want to learn more about StyleForIt, you got to go where? StyleForIt.com. So in the comment section, I'm going to add the website and I'm going to put that in there so you guys can have that. And if you have more questions for me as a brand ambassador or to learn a little bit more about what I do, where do you go? You go to dressingroom8.com. So I'll put my website in the comment section at the end as well. And then with that, don't forget to share this video. Please, thank you for watching it, and don't forget to share it with friends, share it with families. Share away, all right? So thank you, have a wonderful weekend, and I dare you not to declutter, because once you start, you're gonna greatly appreciate the health benefits. Your love life might pick up, so hey, Tasha just helped you out. Let me know. I mean, be mindful of the details, but let me know. And then also, it's going to free your mind, right? Who knows what type of creative endeavors that might happen because of this. So it's freedom that you deserve. It's freedom that is totally capable of achieving. Why the hell not, right? Why don't you want to declutter? Why don't you want to make money from the things you already have hanging in your closet? StyleForIt.com. There's no other choices, ladies. Come on now. It's a great community to join, and it's an honor for me to be a part of it. So thank you for your time, and stay tuned for more content. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.